most adversarial channel on the internet. Today I will try to code software that automatically cuts out the subject of a photo. This is a feature that would save me a lot of time when I'm trying to do photo editing in-game or some other photo retouching software. So let's see how miserably I will fare. I'm Artificial Marvin and you're watching The Nerd Inside. Lately, this functionality has been implemented into Photoshop. It's called Subject Select and lets you isolate the subject of the photo from the background. It's for sure the most used feature of any YouTuber. So, my idea is to use an AI to accomplish the same task. It will be really interesting to train a neural network from scratch, but it will take an eternity. So, for the purpose of this video, I will stick to use pre-trained models. Okay, let's begin. I can't wait to trash the pen tool. I started to set up the code importing ML5, the machine learning library I will use in this project. Following the examples, I tried to understand how this library works. The examples didn't seem to work, so after a little research, I found some reliable code on GitHub. The code to accomplish this task was already written in the example, so I had just to copy-paste it to get something working. At this moment, I already have a good result, but the selection is a bit chunky. Anyway, this library is meant to work in real time on a video stream, so I can understand why the selection isn't the most accurate. Maybe with some tweaks it will be fine. Okay, I was hoping that playing with the parameters I'd be able to better the selection, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. The mask remains fairly rough, and when I try to max the settings to the extreme to refine the selection, I end up cutting out part of the subject. I tried another method, but it didn't work either. I thought that the neural network needed more contrast to work properly, so I bumped up the contrast of the image using a filter. But, once again, no usable result. I admit that at this moment I don't really know how to proceed. I gave up using this library, but I decided to create some final artwork out of this tool, even if it doesn't work exactly as planned. So I thought to do a very quick collage, loading some images from Unsplash, cutting out the subject with my tool and composing all together in a big composite. Connecting to Unsplash wasn't too difficult. Almost instantly, I managed to get access to its image database via code. The only problem I got was managing the asynchronous callbacks. And I know, now you're all thinking,
what the hell is an asynchronous callback?
So Al, please explain it to us.
In telecommunications, asynchronous communication is a transmission of data where data can be transmitted intermittently rather than in a steady stream. Asynchronous calls do not wait for the response to return from the server. Execution continues on in your program, and when the call returns from the server, a callback function is executed.
Okay, thanks Al. So, after I solved the problem of the async calls, I finally managed to use the subject select on multiple images while they were loading from Unsplash. After a little refinement, I managed to obtain a decent composition for a final result. I have to say that I was hoping for a better result, both in the subject select tool itself and in the final artwork. But you know me, I'm very lazy. And also, having a fantastic work of art wasn't exactly the purpose of this video. Anyway, I think the problem is at the base. Maybe I need to train a better model to refine my output. Maybe it's simply that I'm a really bad programmer. Anyway, this is my final result. For sure, I could use this tool in specific workflows that don't require too much precision. And I could also take advantage of the real-time factor to use it in a video context, such as background removal in a live stream or for selective color correction on a video clip. Okay, I could not end this video without a satisfying result, so I decided to continue doing some research until I found something interesting. Okay, I had to change the programming language to Python because I found so many research papers on this subject, and all of them use examples in Python. So I chose the lazy way and I switched from JavaScript to Python. The first paper I found seemed very promising. It was a research by NVIDIA called Deep Image Matting. With this method, you can have a perfect mask, and it does an excellent job even on problematic areas such as hair. But unfortunately, I didn't manage to get the code working. After that, I found another paper called Background Matting. And even this seemed to work very well in cutting out the subject from a photo. The only problem was that it was completely
useless for my goal.
In fact, this algorithm needs two images as inputs, one with the subject and one without it. In my opinion, it can be useful only in rare cases. I need a solution that works in a more general scenario. In the end, I found a couple of papers that could accomplish my goal, named FBA matting and Pi matting. Both the algorithm work with two images as input, the original image and a trimap. The algorithm uses this map to have some clue of where more or less are the subject, the background, and a third area where the distinction between the last two is not well defined. And then, according to this information, it can do its magic and perfectly cut out the subject from the background. This is the same exact method that Photoshop is using with its Refine Mask tool, or in GIMP, where for cutting out the subject, you have to draw the entire trimap. Okay, the code was working flawlessly, but I wanted the cutting of the subject to be more automated. I didn't want to draw the trimap myself, so I searched on the internet for a second algorithm to automate the segmentation step. And so, at the end, combining the two methods, I managed to get a working background removal tool. It isn't still perfect, but overall I think it works pretty well. So I think it is finally time to end this video. What do you think? If you have any comment or suggestion, please write it in the section down below.
When I found out my toaster wasn't waterproof, I was shocked. Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? The food is great, but there's no atmosphere. How do you call a pencil without lead? Pointless. What did one eye say to the other eye? Between you and me, man, something smells.
If you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button. Until the next challenge. As always, thank you for watching. Bye humans!